Today, we're also going to have the privilege of honoring an extraordinary individual who cares deeply for trees, for nature, and his community. In fact, he is tree keeper 705. You get a number when you become a tree keeper. And Michael Howard, the executive director and founder of Eden Place Nature Center, is this year's 2011 Conservation Leadership Award winner. Openlands has had the privilege of partnering with Michael on a number of initiatives, including an open space plan for Chicago's Fuller Park neighborhood, an environmental conference that we did earlier this year that was in conjunction with and for the people of color, and the support for citywide community forestry mini grant project. Michael said that we have a lot more to be done, and we look forward to working together on this. His passion for education and connecting people to the land and the community's general well-being are unrivaled in Chicago. We're going to ask Michael to please come and to have a few remarks, but I also would like to give him a gift that it's handmade from a fallen, it's very important, 300-year-old white oak from the Chicago area. And the white oak, as you know, all the arborists in the room, is our state tree, and this was crafted by a state artisan. And we feel that it is a fitting tribute for a tree to even live on after 300 years of giving us so much beauty, to continue on as a memento for Michael, and who's a gift of nature, from nature, to a man who advocates for nature.
Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone. I'm very honored and humbled to be the recipient of the Openlands Conservation Leadership Award. But the award really isn't due to all of my own work. I had to bring my lovely wife, Amelia, here because she really is the co-founder of all that we do at Fuller Park Development as well as Eden Place Nature Center. And so basically, I want to just tell you a quick story about how when I was a youth, my father one day just turned to me out of the blue. He said, "Son, today I'm going to teach you how we're going to feed our family with $1, because that's all I got in my pocket today." And so we went to the local park in the lagoon and we fished for a couple of hours, and we got a mess of fish, as he used to call them back then. And then on the way home, we walked through this big open field, and he showed me the different plants that were edible. And so we picked dandelion greens on the way home. And then just about when we were home, we stopped at the local grocery store that was open at the time. I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember an A&P. But we stopped there with that $1, and we bought the rest of the things we needed: cornmeal and some flour and some bacon, soda, to finish off that meal. And I can tell you, that meal made such an impression on me as a youth that it really was the foundation for where I work today, and helping to do more in our community to reconnect people to the land, because that legacy my father taught me that day and handed down to me that day is what really drives me today. And Eden Place was born as a solution to one of the great tragedies of our generation. Fuller Park was identified as one of the most lead-poisoned and polluted communities, not only in Chicago, but in the nation. It was our children who, though, paid the price with learning disabilities, attention deficit problems, asthma, and a diminished chance at a prosperous future. This was a massive challenge, but we had to start somewhere. So my wife and I directed our attention to the one major source of pollution in our neighborhood, which was the abandoned 3.5-acre lot piled high with 2 stories of contaminated waste and construction debris. We rallied the community, pulled all of the connections we had, which were so few at that time, and we cleaned up that illegal dump site. What I saw in that abandoned site was possibility. And a lot of my friends and family sort of wondered, what kind of possibility could I see? I had a vision for a place that would be a community center, a safe place where local children would be able to explore nature and learn about environmental science, a place where families could gather and learn how to grow healthy food and then how to cook it. But to make that vision come to fruition, we needed help. There were many angels who helped us along the way, and many of those angels are in this room today. Openlands is an organization that has been one of the most important allies to Eden Place since its beginning. Julie Samuels and Glenda Daniels provided the guidance and technical assistance for one of the first community gardens in Fuller Park. They helped create the open space plan for Fuller Park, which guides us for the next few years. They helped to transform many of the abandoned lots into our neighborhood into healthy green spaces. When we were in danger of losing Eden Place because of the inherited unpaid taxes when we took ownership of that vacant land, Glenda helped us to prepare paperwork that I needed to get out to the public and to the general population to help raise the funds we needed to save Eden Place. And in that time of need, there was one individual who proved to be a true guardian angel of Eden Place. That angel is Jerry Edelman. He really likes to downplay his role and how he really helped to save Eden Place. But in fact, there would be no Eden Place today without his help in the way he came to our aid. We would have lost Eden Place if he hadn't cared to help us in our time of need. I want to thank you, Jerry, and all of your staff. Thank you. What we have done at Eden Place is establishing a new institution that continues to inspire, educate, and set trends in education and educating children and families about nature and ecology. There was a time when people in my community would say, ecology? Man, nobody don't know ecology. That's a white people thing. And I said, no, it's a human being thing because we have to eat the same food, breathe the same air, and drink the same water. And so that's become my battle cry as I go out and try to change culture in the south side of Chicago. Our conservation work at Eden Place to date is just the beginning. Fuller Park and the surrounding neighborhoods are still littered with dozens of empty and abandoned lots. In the next 5, 10, 20 years, I envision transforming these lots into a network of urban farms, each supervised by local entrepreneurs and farmers trained at Eden Place who will tend the land. These farmers will grow organic produce that they will sell within the community. Under the banner of Urban Eden Farm, the urban agriculture program at Eden Place, we will then be the central distributor of all of those produce that's grown at these urban farms. And what are we doing with that? We're providing jobs, and we're helping to start a microeconomy in a very impoverished part of our city. And to accomplish this vision, we need a permanent building. A lot of you don't know a lot of the great things that you've seen done at Eden Place. Most of it has been done in tents. And as of late, we finally got a trailer. But a lot of people are shocked when we found out that we've done all our work to date without permanent facilities. And we have so many programs that have won awards, not only local awards, but national awards as well. I have a vision of a new building, an environmentally sustainable building. The plans have been drawn, and we need $1 million to build that building. We have a great vision, and to take and build this permanent education center that will inspire our youth to enter the fields of conservation, forestry, green energy, and to think and dream beyond trying to become the next superstar athlete. Because there is more real potential for our youth in our community than on a basketball court. The work that my wife and I do is bigger than us. It's bigger even than what we accomplished at Eden Place. This work is about seeing possibility and promise in our young people. It is about trying to ensure and secure a source of food for our communities and trying to remedy the decline in the quality of our environment. It is about giving a second chance to able-bodied men and women who are trying to support their families through honest work. And it is about having faith in the knowledge and wisdom and history that makes our community so rich and not so impoverished. The truth is that there is untapped potential in my community amongst people of color to help address the environmental problems that plague our cities and our country. During the Great Migration, my family and other members of our community, thousands of people of color traveled from the agricultural South and settled in Chicago. We have a history of working the land, but somehow, over the years, that history has been lost or just forgotten. I want to personally leave behind a legacy that's not remembered by my name or our name, but by the impact that we can have on turning around this community that we live in. Over the years, we have changed the culture of bad health, bad eating. We have changed the minds of people, children, and families to want to live a better life. I challenge you today to join us, partner in our vision to meet this legacy. Together, we can continue to build a better world for all of our children to come. Thank you very much.
I thought I could do this. I am so proud of the person you call Michael Howard, who happens to be the greatest gift in my life. I just want to add to his thank you for all the people that have touched the lives, who have been on Eden's Place, and I challenge those who haven't been to please come by and see our chickens that do lay eggs. This is a golden opportunity. Sometimes we just do so much that we don't have time to sit back and see what we've really done. And I just want to thank you all so much for what you've done and for what you're going to do in the future. Thank you very much.